Sleep on my life last night. I slept through the
Poisoning, baby. Woo.
Time I fell asleep and we'll just go to the tail pit.
Oh my gosh. So when did school start?
So 3 of them now, and they started last. I mean, actually, the first day of school. You get the being supposed to
At school.
at school. Really? So that was kind of crazy. They like lost power. It's a long story, but I can tell you about it. I like to, I spent a lot of time with all the governor's office. So they're taking the bus back.
So Andy had 2 questions about that move we talked about Thursday. Number 1, how much?
It's not a lot of money, but what it does, it starts. That's the important question, because if I have extra money at the end of the year,
That can go back at phase 4 if you.
Yeah.
right.
The other question was, he said he thought Maria had told you. That's between you and her.
So no, that's.
Okay, all right, he's good with it if it's not a lot of.
See, it's 100. Yeah, so if I move the EV from phase 4. The right away in phase 3.
Yeah, I know. I think I got thrown for it last night.
Shoot him an email or a text or something, tell him how much.
Yeah.
Pretty good. We got
Good, new layout.
Oh, what
How long is it? This is the first time it's changed.
Yeah, it just changed from the last commission.
Oh, okay.
I'll find out today.
Well, that's good. Better than nothing, right? Hey, at least just a conversation happened.
I signed the contract for the new post office. I suspended. They never signed it. Yeah, I'll sign it somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
It's
It's always
three still over the sidewalk.
always stuff, bureaucratic stuff, right? Legalities.
Yeah, so it's probably the best. Actually, the governor's office, they're going to shoot him in the city.
My job.
I thought that's why you moved.
Oh, yeah. Well, I made it to where it wasn't, because I did end up moving that one over. But I made it to where I was like right there. So we had to make sure I moved way out. Like my intersection.
Good morning, Sandy.
No, you're not.
Is everybody in Portage have power now?
Yes, I saw. Oh my God.
300 and some, the website said this morning, 300 and some are still out.
Is that, where's that? Is that over in like, west eastern Portage?
He has a little chickens everywhere. So widespread were good, but they're still just
I think they were not letting anybody south of Richmond.
And are they gonna be up to date?
Because there just wasn't.
Because that was the plan, of course.
I mean, yeah, I mean, hopefully, we hope every day that everybody's gonna get something about it.
A friend of mine lives over in East Portage.
Yeah.
He's like, it's, the bulls are in swamps behind his house.
No, hold on,
It's
none.
like, I don't know how they're gonna get back there
No, I
without.
don't care how shallow you think it is.
Scary when you think about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm surprised that they were able to do what they've done, you know.
Yeah.
we saw on the website this morning, there was one person left in Cherville that didn't have power, and we wondered who gets NIPSCO help.
Around.
I got one right after.
It's up to the NIPSCO guys.
We're gonna go ahead and get started. We have quorum. Per NERC rules, quorum is 3 people. That was strategically planned that way, so we have quorum.
I guess George counts this time?
Like how?
Well, no, I do have 3 people. I have
Oh,
Portage, Chesterton, and Cherville, so,
there you go.
and then Porter County, I guess. So, let's go ahead and stand up. Do the Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag.
to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Should we do introductions? I shouldn't say should. Let's do introductions.
Which
Hi.
direction do you want to start?
I am Charles Bradsky, managing the TIP as well as all the transportation projects manager. So go ahead, Jeff.
Jeff Hewitt, Cherville.
Mark Bobchick, Porter County.
Sandy McDaniel, Portage.
Porter Topple, Union Township trustee in Porter County.
Mark Liddell, Town of Chesterton.
Candace Eklund, Mercy.
And why cannot Mercy?
Jill.
Jill DiTomaso, Black Miller Group.
Jake Damara, Butler, Fairman, and Cypher.
Tom Vanderwood, Nursing.
Alex Lusker, Butler, Fairman, Cypher.
Joe Coxwell, Kinley Horn.
Evan Omelette, First Group Engineering.
Meredith Stillwell, Mercy.
Thank you, everyone. Are there any public comments? No? Okay. Moving on to, meeting minutes. Sorry, jumped ahead of that one. Meeting minutes. Is everybody peruse them in your free time?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Now, public comments. There are none. Old business, I kind of wanted to go through the program of projects, kind of show you where all of our funds are going this year, 2027. First off, I want to say we are continuing the purchasing of electric vehicles for communities. This is the last of a award that was submitted, I think, at the last NOFA. I do want to say that there are 7 communities: Burns Harbor, Chesterton, Lowell, Maryville, Porter County, Cherville, and St. John. Those are all new projects, and they're all getting 1 vehicle. Beyond that, we have Dyer, East Chicago, Gary, Griffith, Hobart, and Munster. Those are all vehicles that we had to carry over from last year because they had already ordered the vehicles, and then the paperwork didn't get either turned in on time or there was an issue. So we had some freedom in 2027, so we went ahead and carried those forward. But looking at other projects, in Cedar Lake, we've got their Founders Creek Trail. They got PE going. It's going to be starting up this year. There's already an RFP out for that. And then they have, let's see, I'll touch the lettings in a little bit. Dyer has $122,000 for PE for their trail coming up. East Chicago has a CNG truck that they're getting. Moving on, Gary. Let's see. I'm kind of hitting all the PE and right of way on this as I go through this first. Maryville has a new town center planning that they're working on. Actually, this is $220,000 where they're looking to decide whether or not they want this or if they want it now or they want to push it out. I told them they have to give me till December 1st to let me know. Munster has reconstruction on Main Street, $250,000 for right-of-way. We have trail counters, NERC, so anybody who wants a trail counter, get with Mitch Parloga. We do have, he is purchasing trail counters, and then for whatever the LPAs want, you need to get with Mitch and figure out the cost of that. That is a 20% of you do have to come up with your share of the 20% for your whatever trail counters you want. Air quality education, that's Dry Clean Indiana. $46,000 for the STIP, or for the TIP, for our TIP. And then we are doing the road safety audits. Moving on, we do have $701,000 for Porter County. Those are kind of tied up with getting the NEPA approved. So once, and the air quality, once that stuff eases up, then we can start working on those again. Cherville has $140,000 for either PE or right-of-way, it looks like for phase 4. Valparaiso has $340,000, looks like for Horse Prairie, Campbell Street. That would be for right-of-way construction, so
We had about $3 million for the GAs.
for what?
Transportation alternative at Railroad Street.
I'll get to that in, yeah, I'll get to that in a moment. So that's kind of where our funds are going this year. Morning, David. And if I know towards the end of the year, everybody has, after December, January, I do kind of reach out to people, see where their funds are going to be needed. If you need additional funds for either construction or change orders or something like that, let me know. Because if some of these, if the schedule gets off kilter by anything, then some of these funds may be available. Any other
line what funds could be available? What's the potential? Sorry for walking in, but
it would depend on. So there is no project in here for GPTC, so it would depend on whatever we flex to. So that would be towards April or something like that.
okay.
Any other questions? So the administrative modification report I've included on here. This, just to kind of let everybody know here where we're spending our money. This does include modifications for May, for emergency in April, which is towards the end of April after we everybody submitted the April. For May, June, July, and August. So I listed everything, including NDOT. Obviously, that's not a huge concern for everybody here. But the locally sponsored project starting on page, it says 203. So if you look at that, you can see where we've adjusted our tip to afford some of the projects that we have, or to correct, update estimates that we have. And if anybody has any questions or comments, let me know or ask me afterwards. Most of these were just moving funds from one year to the next, or vice versa if we had room. Moving on, 4.3, the FY 27 letting update. You can see by looking on the agenda, put all the lettings that are in chronological order. You can see what we are letting this year. So depending on, I should put this up there. So you can see where we have, and if lettings come in lower, then the engineer's estimate, these are all engineer's estimate. So if letting comes in lower, we could have some funds available for other projects. Jake?
If we see something that's not on the list, we can just let you know about those.
What do you know?
There should be, Maryville has Mississippi and 69th Avenue roundabout, because that's an October letting. And then East Chicago has, well, I guess it's townwide arterial street sign modernization.
Okay, so those are not our funds.
Well, those are not.
For East Chicago.
Yeah, that's right, that was through the state, sorry. But,
And
but Mississippi and 69 are.
letting this year?
Has been on that schedule since day one, I believe. And I think it was.
I have that in 28.
In what's that?
28.
That's,
10/7/27.
No, I mean, even Fridays quarterly, we were talking, I mean, we just, final tracing,
Yeah.
we're,
Tracing was back in June.
that's been tracking for quite a while on that.
Okay. We'll have to talk on that. Because I have, like I said, I've shown that in 28. I'm not sure where it's in our tip.
On the 11th, which, you know, that date is etched into our memories, I responded to an email from Stephen on the admin mods for the two navigational grade projects we wanted to make adjustments to. I think his question was, he said 26-29 open today, and he wanted to have me review things and approve them. I said I was okay with what he had. Was there a status on that?
So that would go to the So, and then I think they do, they do admin mods and amendments every 3 months. So the next time is gonna be October 1st or September 30th.
Have they gotten it yet, or is it scheduled? I mean, it's done on our end, is the question, I guess. Have you done?
I'm guessing that Stephen is waiting to see if anybody else has any,
Okay.
because it's technically not due until September 30th-ish.
Because even if you have to wait until Trans opens back up, I want to make that amendment for Super Grant, that adjustment for Super Grant at the same time that we have the budget inflation earlier this year.
Yeah, it's, the way transit works is, like I said, is they do their amendments and administrative modifications every 3 months. And that's when things are due, and then it sits for 3 months while they collect everything. And then, or I should say, they process it, and that can take up to 3 months, and then, and for approval, processing approval. So September, you should have it sometime towards the end of December. So, but yeah, that would be more of a Stephen question. Anything else missing on the lettings? Okay. Local quarterly meeting. We have talked at the quarterly meeting, looking at moving a couple different projects, and now I have a third one. Cedar Lake is moving their project that was in 28th. That's going to be moved out to later on because they want to do the whole project at once. Originally, they were going to be piecemealing this and doing 4 projects, just letting little tiny projects. And they're doing a sidewalk project along 133rd and Moore Street. They've elected to they needed right-of-way funding, and they weren't awarded right-of-way funding. So they are electing to take their funding for in 28 and put that towards right-of-way. So that is the only thing that any reshuffling of projects that we discussed. Anything else? Okay. New business. The zero emission vehicles for communities. I think we've talked to most of the communities. And like I mentioned, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 communities, 6 of which are carried over from last year. Those vehicles are already ordered. The seven new communities that were getting electric vehicles, they've been told that they need to order those vehicles now. After December 1st, if they haven't ordered those vehicles, that money is going to be, we are going to close those and eliminate those projects. Because I cannot move those projects next year. Several communities, 6 of them, like I said, didn't get their either paperwork turned in time, didn't order a vehicle in time, or they were waiting on the NDOT LTA contract. Myriad of reasons, and so we had to carry those into 27, like I mentioned. And we can't afford to do that next year, so what I've told the communities is that you need to order the vehicles now. And that this amendment should be in the STIP and therefore approved to get a PO, FEMA's request, sometime around the 1st of December, mid-November, mid-November. So therefore, if we don't get, I need everybody to get their POs in, or their FEMA's request, by December 1st. And with that FEMA's request, we also need to see proof that you've ordered the vehicles. Because it does take 4 to 6 months for some of these vehicles to come in. And we want to keep that window between when you put a PO, when you get your PO, and when the vehicle comes in as tiny as possible. Because what we don't want is NDOT to come and close those POs because there hasn't been any movement on. And it won't be any movement for up to 6 months. So if you order it now and it takes 6 months, then we can shorten that window that the PO is open and doesn't have any movement on. Anything else? And what's that?
I thought you were looking at me funny.
I'm looking at the room.
Okay.
So, any other business that anybody has? Questions?
Just question as far as the fall NOFA, are there any dates that we should be aware of?
Oh, the fall NOFA. Working on that right now. Actually, I was working on it this morning. It's still planning for mid-September. And again, there's not gonna be a whole lot of changes. We've just buttoned up some holes, filled some of those holes and corrected those. Mainly looking at projects that either everybody got the maximum amount of points or projects that no one could get the points. We're scaling those back, making it a little bit more achievable. And then we also did add a question for participation at NERC. So there is 8 points there. So it's one of those questions that will make a good project better, but it's not going to make a poor project awardable, so to speak. Like I said, it'll be worth 8 points. So, and I think most of the scores were coming in the past have come in the mid-70s, low 80s. So, if your LPAs haven't been participating at NERC commission meetings, obviously, if you're coming, sign in. That way you can get credit for attending these meetings, because these meetings count too, whether you come to EMPC or the environmental committee, excuse me, I should say environmental committee, the transportation committee, TROC, these meetings do count for some points.
Economy in place too.
What's that?
Economy in place.
Economy in place, yes. As well as, but the main portion comes from participation at the commission meetings. Okay.
Is NERC providing the points based on attendance at the list so that everyone knows, or are they to self-report? Have you guys figured that
You
part
can self-report, but we are going to be filling in those points. We'll be filling those in, so if you're not sure, then you're not sure. You don't need to put anything in there, just keep in mind that That is one of the questions, so, and most of your LPAs know if they've been attending the commission meetings. So, or how many commission meetings they've attended, whether or not they could attend. So. Any other questions? Okay. The next meeting will be on November 24th. Oh, before I get there, yeah, the NOFA will come out sometime in September. It'll be open, as always, it'll be open for a month. If you have any questions, if you want to set up a meeting with us, by all means, if you want to go over your list of projects that you're thinking about, or list of potential projects, reach out to us. We can talk about those. If you want to work on trails, you know, I mean, you know the players at the personnel at NERC. So if you have a economy of place, if you have an environmental question about a potential project, environmental or economy of place, that would be planning also, or transportation, reach out to one of us at NERC. We can kind of talk you through what would be a good project or how to make that project a little bit better. We do want the best projects going forward, so if you have a project and you want to strengthen it, let us know. We'll be more than happy to schedule a time to meet with you guys. So again, like I said, shouldn't be a whole lot of changes, and it should be able to be filled out by the ERCs. So most of the stuff is readily able to be, you can find that. And we'll be providing any maps. So. The next meeting, like I said, is November 24th at 9 a.m. here in this room. If no one has, Ryan.
September 17th, immediately following the executive board commission here at NERC, we're going to be having an electric vehicle ride and drive outside, starting 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So we'll have plenty of electric vehicles, Tesla, the new Slate's going to be there. We'll have Chevys, we'll have Fords there. So please feel free to come and test drive some of those electric vehicles.
Now, September 17th, right?
Yes, sir.
Right after the same as commission day. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll adjourn. Can I get a
Motion to adjourn.
motion and a second over here? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay.